What is going on, everybody? Back at it again with another YouTube video. And today, I did it a couple weeks ago. I did an Eagles grading video for the offseason. And today, I'm going to be doing part 2. They have made more moves, a little bit more moves from when I did the video last time. And I just want to go over the acquisitions, the resignings, and the departures of the team. So, with that being said, let's get into it. The latest departure for the Philadelphia Eagles has what took place today, in defensive tackle Timmy Jernigan goes to Houston. I don't know the money, like all the details with the deal, but Timmy Jernigan will be in Houston next season. So that was, the latest news. As you all know, the acquisitions this offseason, have been defensive tackle Javon Hargrave, who will wear, I'm pretty sure, 93. Cornerback Darius Slay, who will wear 24. Linebacker Jatavis Brown, who will wear 53. Defensive back Will Parks, who will wear 28. Cornerback Nikel Roby-Coleman, who will wear 31. And cornerback Trevor Williams, who will wear 41. So, with all this being said, obviously, with the new acquisitions for the Eagles this season, there's one thing that is in common with the rest. And that there's not a single offensive player that we have signed that wasn't already on the team. And out of this list of resignings and acquisitions, there's only been one, and it was Nate Sudfeld, who's the backup quarterback. But obviously, the defense was a big part of the team's. They needed that. They made it a plan this offseason that they were going to go out, get younger, and help out the defensive part of the team. And that's exactly what they did. Javon Hargrave, 27. Darius Slay, 29. Yes, he's a little bit older, but he is a top 5 cornerback in the league. Jatavis Brown, 26. Will Parks, 25. Roby-Coleman, I'm pretty sure he's 28. And Trevor Williams, I have no idea how old he is. That signing slipped right by me, honestly. Trevor Williams coming to this team it literally slipped right by me. Had no idea it happened. But to put, my input, my take on a guy like Trevor Williams, he can help the team, and he does add a body. He's a little bit more of a veteran type player at this point in his career. I'm pretty sure he was on the Chargers a couple of years back. And he was solid. Like, I do know who Trevor Williams is, and I've heard of his name. But, how well, I don't know how well he can really work out with this team, especially now because we have Will Parks, Roby-Coleman, Darius Slay. We also have Jalen Mills, Rodney McLeod, Avonte Maddox, Cravon LeBlanc. We still, as of right now, we still do have Rasul Douglas, even though we will probably be trading him sometime either on draft night or, within the next couple weeks. So, the draft is now in 22 days. Today is April 1st. The draft is in 22 days. And I'm thinking about doing a video tomorrow on the draft, the entire thing, and the players that I've heard have been making noise and who the Eagles have been interested in. So I'm thinking about doing a video about that tomorrow. Also, before I get into the rest of this video, I just want to say, if you haven't already, hit that like, comment down below, what your grading of the Eagles 2020 offseason is. I will get to my grading in a couple minutes, but let me know what yours is. Let's have a conversation in the comment section below. I love input. I always answer back. And, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. If you do hit that like button, it pushes it out to Eagles fans, to football fans, to Sixers, Flyers, Phillies, to Philadelphia fans in general, and to sports fanatics like either yourselves or like me. It pushes it out to people like you that are watching this video now. So if you like my content, give it a like. If you like it, hit that subscribe button. My goal yesterday was to hit 250. We completely surpassed the 250s, and we are now at 260 subs. Let's try to get 263 by the end of today. It would mean a lot. And again, let's try to make this one of the best Philadelphia YouTube channels there is. So with that being said, back to the video. The Eagles also made some, re-signings. Some bigger and some were Hassan Ridgeway and Nate Sudfeld were both signed to 1-year deals. And, it's okay. You can have guys like that on this team. Obviously, I don't think neither one of them will start. Obviously not Nate Sudfeld, hopefully. And Hassan Ridgeway is kind of just another body to have on the defensive side, especially on the defensive line. So I don't think either one of those signings was too drastic, and I don't think either one of them put a big dent into the salary, the cap space that we are now struggling with for next season. But the two moves, the two re-signings that the Eagles have made were safety Rodney McLeod and now safety former cornerback Jalen Mills. I've wanted to make a video on Jalen Mills a couple times, just never really could stretch it out enough to make it 10 minutes. That's my goal for every video, is to make it at least 10 minutes or more every video. This video will be the same. There's never going to be a video that's under 10 minutes, I think. So, Jalen Mills, he's been a Philadelphia Eagle for a little while now. I'm pretty sure this is his 4th, 5th, 6th year even with the team. From LSU, he's a defensive back, and he has loved this city. He has taken it all in. And I think now is the perfect time, and he said it, I think now is the perfect time that he takes the next step into his career, and he becomes that leader that Malcolm Jenkins, who is no longer here because of, his signing in New Orleans. I think Jalen Mills is going to take a big step in his NFL career this year. And also, I forgot to mention, Sidney Jones also is a part of the defensive backs. But back to Jalen Mills. I think he is going to take a big step in his career this season. And I'm thinking he's going to really become the leader of the defense. Him, Brandon Graham, Fletcher Cox, Rodney McLeod. I think those guys will be the outspoken leaders. I think they will be the leaders that will get on you at this point in their careers and say, you're doing this wrong. You got to do it this way if you want to win. I think Darius Slay, because he's a new acquisition of the team, I think he will be a leader by example. I think he is, I would probably say, the second best defensive player on this defense. You got to think Darius Slay, Fletcher Cox, Brandon Graham. I mean, he's up there. I would put him top 3 defensive player on this team. I think Fletcher Cox is number 1, 100%. But, I really do believe that Jalen Mills is going to take a step into the right direction. And I think he will actually earn another 3-4 year contract with this team. I honestly believe that. So, let's hope, because I think Jalen Mills can be a very good leader and a very good player for this Eagles team. And, he's taken this city in. He's become a fan favorite. So I think if he can now take the step that he needs to take in his career and become outside of a fan favorite, but become a leader, become a player favorite, become a player's coach, basically, on the field. If he can do that, this defense will be set in the right direction. And it's already in the right direction. I think this defense is very good. But I think if Jalen Mills can step up, I think this defense could really make some noise this season. Now the departures. There has been 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There have been 8 players that have signed with different teams. And there have been a couple like Nigel Bradham, Jason Peters, Corey Clement that have not signed yet. But here are the players that were on the team last year that are no longer on the team. The first one, Richard Rodgers, he went to Washington. Jordan Howard and Camu Grugier-Hill will be together again next season in Miami. Vaitai, I can never say his first name. I think it's like Halapu something. We're going to call him Vaitai, Big V. Goes to the Lions. Malcolm Jenkins, which is a huge player apart this team, and I think he was the leader, and that's why I think Jalen Mills needs to step up, because Malcolm Jenkins was the undisputed leader last season on this team. And he goes back to New Orleans, where he originally came from. Nelson Aguilar goes to the Raiders. Ronald Darby goes to the Redskins. And then today, Timmy Jernigan goes to the Houston Texans. I don't think anybody that we lost outside of Malcolm Jenkins and possibly Timmy Jernigan were that bad. Honestly. Richard Rodgers, no. Jordan Howard, I think we could find just as, maybe not as good, but we could find a player that can play his role in this team. We could find a Frank Gore. We could find, like a third down back that could just get a yard and move forward. Grugier-Hill was a good team leader, and he also wore the captain's patch last season. He will be missed on the defense, I'm sure, and especially special teams. Vaitai, it was good to have Vaitai while we did, but there was no way we were giving him the contract that Detroit gave him, which was like $50 million, $30 million guaranteed for 5 years. There was no way we were going to give in our offense a backup lineman $30 to $50 million for the next 5 years. There was just no way. Aguilar, I don't need to say anything. Ronald Darby, I'm glad he went to the Redskins. We're going to burn him 2 times a year. That's my input on Ronald Darby. And Timmy Jernigan, like I said, him and Malcolm Jenkins were the 2 players that I think will be missed the most out of the players that have left so far. So, with that being said, my overall grade for the Eagles right now in this offseason, and this is before the draft, I gave it a B last time. I will go with an A-. I will go with an A-, but it all depends on the draft. If they pan out in the draft, if they do what they are supposed to do and get 2, 3 wide receivers, they could easily get an A. But if they mess up this draft, if they do mess up this draft, this could go from an A- all the way down to a C, 100%. If they go out and they draft like a linebacker in round 1 or a corner or a defensive end in round 1, C. It's an automatic C. But right now, I'll give it a B+, A-, somewhere like that. B+ or A-. That's where I'm at right now. With that being said, thank you all for watching. Again, if you haven't already, comment down below your grading for the Eagles offseason. Is it an A? Is it a B? Do you like the signings? Let's talk about it. Also, if you haven't already, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Let's try to hit 263 subs by the end of today. And again, if you hit that like button, it does really help the channel out, pushes it out to great sports fans like yourselves. Again, thank you all for watching. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. And I'm out. Peace.